Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm going to wait for a few people to get in here before I really start talking. But if you're watching this on replay, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And memberships are open. Sorry, it's been a rough morning for me. But good morning, everybody. Alright, I'm not seeing anybody in yet, so I'll just sit and chill and wait around. I can trim this out later. Few things I am going to talk about today. I've moved away from Mandalorian stuff for a little bit, not because I'm bored with it or anything. I just don't want you guys to get fatigued from it. It seems my views have dropped down a little bit and all that, and that's fine. But it just shows that maybe you guys would be liking to see something else. So that's what I'm going to work on. Other stuff. Hello there. Good to see you. So just waiting for more people to jump in. Not seeing any of my usual crowd yet. This might end up being a really short video. Hope not. Alright, if you're in, just say hello and we'll get this thing rolling. Or don't. Hey, DR. Good to see you. Hey, Colt. Good morning. Glad you could join me, man. Colt is one of our members here. Colt, if you wouldn't mind, in my about section, there's my email. Go ahead and shoot me an email. I got something for you. Yeah, I'm glad you got the notification, DR. That's great. Alright, so hopefully you guys aren't too disappointed that I haven't been doing too much Mandalorian stuff lately. It isn't because I'm tired of it or I'm quitting it or anything like that. I will be going back to it. It's just a slow release for Mandalorian stuff lately, and there's so much more in the Star Wars universe that I want to explore. I want to talk about, and other people want to hear about, and stuff like that. Apparently, nobody wants to hear about the sequel trilogy. Fine by me. I mean, there are themes and elements that I would like to talk about, but if nobody wants to hear about it, then I won't talk about it. I'm here for you guys. I'm not here for me. Hey, no problem, Colt. And my video format's going to be changing here soon as well. The way YouTube is doing it now, they have a bigger check in place for monetization and copyright material. So I'm trying not to use as much video footage as I did before until I get really big, and then I can email Disney and ask them for permissions for this stuff. Not that I don't have permission to use short clips, but I want to be on the safe side, so I don't want to get any kind of copyright infringement or anything. I do use the Fair Use Act and all that, but I'm going to do more of this style. Not so much live streaming, but just me talking to the camera, kind of like Geeks and Gamers does, and Star Wars Theory, and people like that. I want to see how that goes for a few videos, and if it works out, then I'll continue it, but I will still go back to the other format using pictures and videos. I'm just going to stick with this for now. DR, you can share your link on one of my videos if you'd like. Share it to one of the Jango Fett videos or the Boba Fett videos that have a lot of views. Captain Fordo, good to see you. Number one character from Legends that I want to be canonized. The Scarada clan. It's not just one character. It's the whole Scarada clan, or even Jodo cast. I know some of you don't like the Jodo cast stuff I've been doing, but I'd like the Scarada clan to be moved forward. If anybody doesn't know who they are, they're the Gnolls and the Alpha Trooper or Omega Troopers from Legends. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee here. It's good. Beautiful, huh? And on the other side, we got Tigger. Got this at Disney World last time I was there in 2012. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. Hey, Mike. Sorry I missed breakfast yesterday. I don't know if you guys went or not. I didn't go. I had a lot of work to do here on the next video that's coming out and everything. Yeah, I know, Captain Fordo. I'm excited for that. Dirge is canon now in the new comic book series. I forget which one it was. Is it the Vader comic that he's canonized in? Or I can't remember exactly, but I remember seeing it. And he looks just the same as he did from back then. So it's awesome. I have a lot of catching up to do on the comic book series. I mean, I don't have a ton of money, so I can't buy all of them that I want. I mean, I want to go to the comic book store and just buy everything I can. I hope we see him in Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, speaking of Book of Boba Fett, you guys are going to love this, but I saw on another YouTube channel that, and I take this stuff with a grain of salt. I don't sit and stew over it or anything or believe it's 100% accurate, but I thought this was funny because if this happens, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. The Book of Boba Fett, there's a rumor going around that Boba Fett is going to have a nemesis in the crime world. I don't want Boba Fett to be a crime lord. That just doesn't fit his character at all. He needs to move into the Legends material. But anyways, can you guys guess who this character is that's going to be his rival in the crime world? A rival cartel. I'll give you a couple seconds. Let's see if we get an answer out. Oh, you guys didn't have breakfast? Okay, cool. Glad I missed it then because I wasn't able to do that. Or Mandalorian Season 3. Yeah, Fordo, I'd like to see it. Yep, you're right. Captain Fordo guessed it. Hammerhead. Come on. Really? It couldn't be Bosk or Dengar or even Hondo Onaka? I mean, I'm sure Hondo's more of a rebel at this point, but the Galactic Civil War's over. Who's to stop him from going back into being a pirate cartel? That's crazy. Hammerhead. I don't know. Maybe they'll make it cool. I hope. But, I mean, if we're getting only 4 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett and they're all going to be about him and Hammerhead going at each other, they better do something crazy in Mandalorian Season 3. Bring Boba Fett back in that and make him go back into the Legends material. Maybe Dengar, yeah. Yeah, DR. But it's crazy. Hammerhead. That stumped me. I was like, you saw the guy for 5 seconds on Tatooine in the bar. Anyways, I'm not bitter about it. I'm glad to be getting Boba Fett stuff. Sure, a Hammerhead species would be nice to see live action again. See what they can do. We've only seen cartoons ever since the original one. Alright, so what else do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys think of the new stuff I've been putting out about Vader and Leia, and Vader, Luke and Leia, and the Force, and all that stuff? I know a lot of people had issue with my video about why Vader didn't sense Leia. Mostly, my thought was because she hadn't been trained in the Force. But then somebody else brought up that Force sensitives could hide themselves in the Force from other Force sensitives, which is true. We've seen it happen with Luke Skywalker, even Kanan Jarrus to a degree, I think, Obi-Wan, and other ones as well. But Leia had never been trained in the Force. And with Ezra and Anakin, when they were young, the Force would accidentally come out in them. And I think that's natural for Force-sensitive beings to accidentally use the Force and not understand what it was. So I think Leia would have done that, and she would have had a Force signature after that. Yeah, DR, I know you prefer the Mando stuff. It's cool, but I mean, Star Wars is such a big universe. There's so much that can be covered. I don't want to just limit myself to Mandalorian stuff. It's Star Wars fanatic. It's not Mandalorian or Boba Fett fanatic. I love that stuff. That's my favorite stuff. I just don't want to give anybody fatigue, and my views have been dropping quite a bit lately, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's something I'm doing on my end. I need to revamp my videos or something like that. Or like somebody mentioned yesterday that the music, the epic stuff, just doesn't match with my persona, and they're probably right. So I'm going to go back to my old music, the calm, mellow stuff with the little string guitars and all that. Let's see. Vader is my second favorite Fordo. I think we talked about that before. Behind Boba Fett, sorry. I mean, I know Vader's got so much more involvement in the Star Wars universe than Boba Fett ever had. But for some reason, Boba Fett's just always been at the top of my list. Vader's not very far behind him. I mean, as you can see, if you can see, I'll show you. See if I can move this camera enough to get a visual. It's pretty dark over there, but there's a Darth Vader helmet over there and a Boba Fett helmet over there, and they're surrounding where my big screen TV is going to go. So both of them are at the top of my list, definitely. Really nice Boba Fett keychain at O'Reilly's. Ooh. There goes my wife running through, so maybe she'll let me go to O'Reilly's later. You went to, let's see, DR said, I went to my popular section of my channel and I realized Lord of my videos got lots of views and I didn't know. Yeah, I'd monitor my stuff all the time. And hello, Mando with a plan. I wasn't ignoring you there. I monitor all my videos all the time. I use an app called TubeBuddy, and it'll refresh and update like your last 30, 35 videos that you've made and show you how many views you're getting on them and stuff like that. And I'm just not getting a lot of views right now. I don't know if it's slow content for Star Wars coming out in the media or if it's just me doing something wrong. It's probably me doing something wrong. I have changed up my thumbnails. I've changed up my video style. I've changed up my intro and stuff like that. Maybe it's going to take time. Hey, Papa Mike, good to see you. LC, Star Wars Nut, good to see you. Let's see. As a heads up, guys. Yeah, I saw that. I already read that one, Colt. Thank you. Also, I checked my King Kong video. Is 1 view away from 300 views. Good job, DR. I'm glad to hear that. King Kong's pretty big on the list right now. Captain Fordo definitely need to be canonized. Definitely. And so, you guys see anything in my videos that I'm doing differently that I should probably go back to or change again? Let me know, because I mean, I'm not upset that my views have been dropping. I expected it. It's a slow season for Star Wars until May when the Bad Batch comes out, and then October and December when other series start coming out. Yes, Alpha 17 would be cool as well. And I'm going to take another drink of my coffee. I'm sucking this stuff down. Whew. But yeah, back to the Vader sensing Leia and stuff like that. To me, maybe my video was a little off, and there were things that others had pointed out that could have been different, and they're right. I mean, there were things I didn't think about, such as how Palpatine had hid himself from the Jedi right in front of him. But Palpatine had been highly trained. So had Obi-Wan when he hid out on Tatooine and hid his Force abilities. Luke Skywalker, same way, when he hid from the Force. They had all been highly trained. Princess Leia had not been trained. Not until after Return of the Jedi. But she did show signs of using the Force in Return of the Jedi. So the plan was all along to have her Force sensitive in some way. So she would have accidentally used the Force at some time, giving her a Force signature. And in a highly stressful situation like being tortured, I think this Force would have came out of her naturally. to maybe block the pain or block memories or something like that. And Vader would have sensed that. So why didn't he sense it? If you guys have an answer to that, let me know. I customized my old Black Series Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett and turned him into Q Custom Black Series Jodo Cast. Nice. Email me a picture of that, Mando with a plan. I'd like to see it. Let's see. Do you think Book of Boba Fett is limited series? Would be a shame after all these years. Worth of speculation if he survived the Sarlacc. Yeah, it's going to be limited. From what I understand, there's no official word on it, but rumor is it's going to be 4 episodes, each one up to an hour long. So that means all of them won't be an hour long. Some might be 30 minutes. Some might be 45 minutes, up to an hour long. It's kind of disappointing, but same time, I'm trying to keep my head up and my chin up and say, at least I'm getting Boba Fett material. Also, what you're talking about, the Force coming out of Leia is whack. Why is it whack? I don't get that, DR. Why is it whack? I mean, Ezra showed that the Force came out of him accidentally. Anakin did the same thing in pod racing. He wasn't trained in the Force, but he'd been a pod racer before Qui-Gon met him, and he'd been able to do it. Not many humans can do it, from what they said. And Papa Mike said, thanks for your last Boba video. It was great. By the way, I have a question about Cobb Vanth. Do you prefer Cobb from the series or from the book? I like them both. I think they're the same character, just the different point of view of storytelling. I think Cobb Vanth was telling his story from his point of view in the series. And I think the Cobb Vanth from the Aftermath series was being portrayed in a third-person omniscient view. So they saw more and got a little bit more of the details and all that stuff. Where the only real differences I saw was Freetown versus Mos Pelgo and stuff like that. But some of that could have been changed also because Chuck Wendig was kicked out of Star Wars. I don't know what the drama was behind that. I mean, everybody can complain about Gina Carano being kicked out of Star Wars for being a conservative and stuff like that. But Chuck Wendig was highly liberal, and he was kicked out of Star Wars. So they play it both ways. I mean, yeah, it's a more liberal art and filmmaking and TV shows and stuff like that. But I think that's where the discrepancies from the Aftermath series and the Mandalorian series come in with the Cobb Vanth character. I don't know, it's weird about the Force coming out of someone by pain. Laugh out loud, except it's Star Wars, so it comes perfect sense. Alright, Rob Smiley, hey, what do we hear? I'm not sure what you mean by that, sorry. Ashton, good to see you. Would you like to see a Luke Skywalker show about his Jedi Order? I would. I'd like him to have his own series, though. I don't want him to keep popping up as a cameo in other series. That's just annoying. You get a 30-second clip of Luke slashing things and then disappearing, and pretty much taking front center stage. I mean, everybody's going to look at Luke Skywalker when he shows up at these cameo appearances and forget about the other characters, all the stuff they built up and all that stuff. The same with Boba Fett. I love Boba Fett and everything, but I want him to have his own series for a reason, because The Mandalorian had built itself up on its own legs for the first season, and it did an amazing job. Then we started throwing in cameos and stuff, and maybe a few too many. It started getting saturated with cameos, and they need to back off. Season 3, I hope they back off a little bit. Bring the cameos back in Season 4. Let's see. Isaac says, well, there were rumors that his show would set him up for a bigger role in Mando Season 3. So maybe his show is limited after all. Yeah, I heard that too. I hope that's the case. I hope he does get set up for a bigger role. I want him to go back to that Legends character so bad. I mean, most of the stuff I've predicted about Boba Fett had been right. Up to like about a year ago, I guess it was, when, yeah, maybe a little longer than a year ago, when he showed up in the Mandalorian season 1, just his feet. And I said, that's Boba Fett. I heard the sounds, heard the spurs, all that stuff. I said, that's Boba Fett. And everybody's like, no, 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 you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. That's not Boba Fett. That's Moff Gideon. Blah, 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 blah. It was Boba Fett. He was there, getting Fennec Shan. Before that, I said, okay, Boba Fett had to have survived the Sarlacc. He survived in Legends. Why wouldn't they make him survive now? Why would they just cut his character off and not say anything else? No, 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 no. He died in the Sarlacc. He died in the Sarlacc. Okay, well, he didn't. And at the end of chapter 9 of Mandalorian season 2, I said, that's Boba Fett. No, 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 no. That could be one of 1,000 clones. It could be any clone. It could be anybody. Okay, well, it was Boba Fett, so I was right. And then when I said that Bo-Katan may have had PTSD when she saw or heard Boba Fett's voice in that bar, everybody was like, no, 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 no. All the clones are old and dead and all this stuff. Well, just a few episodes ago, you were saying that wasn't Boba Fett, that it was a clone. Which way do you want it? Anyways, I'm being an ass. Sorry. Let's see, Papa Mike, is there anyone that owned vintage Slave One toy? Yeah, my son does, my oldest son. I'm planning to buy one, and I don't have any room for him. I'm thinking about mounting him on the wall. Is that possible? Yeah, it's very possible. Actually, let me show you something. I went to a hardware store, and I spent about $6. What I did was I wanted to hang a couple of my helmets up on the wall to get them off the floor. So I'm going to show this to you. I just made them out of just little metal slivers and bolts. See, if you can see up under there, you can see the little mounting thing I did. You could probably do something similar to that with the Boba Fett Slave 1. Oh, I guess I didn't get up that angle high enough, huh? All right, let me try it again. And maybe that'll do it, hopefully. If you can see under the Stormtrooper helmet, that's how I have it mounted. Yeah, there you go. You can see it now. So anyways, yeah. I hope so, Ashton. I hope so. I don't know if she... I can't remember all the details of Sentis Vale, but Fennec Shan won't be able to sire children, or mother children. Her womb has been replaced with mechanical parts. Oh, Captain Fordo, definitely. I will credit you for that, because once I get to that portion of your theory, your name is getting on blast. So, not in a bad way. I'm going to just throw it out there that you did give me that idea. I only have 1 or 2 more videos to make of that. And then I'm going to take all of them and combine them into one big video, so everybody doesn't have to go searching through part 1, part 2, part 3, and all that. Yeah, JD Glenn, an L bracket. But it's 2 L brackets, really, and then 1 longer piece added onto it. Rob Smiley, so this is what you look like. Your voice matches your face. That's rare. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully it's good. I mean, hopefully it's a compliment. Isaac, the acid damaged skin they gave Boba is genius. It hides Tamira's real age. Boba is like, what, 40 in this timeline? Yeah, I figured him around probably 45, 46. So yeah, I mean, Tamira Morrison's what, 60? I mean, he's in great shape, though. I mean, he keeps putting out these videos of him working out and stuff, and he's in amazing shape. I hope I look that good when I'm 60. LFC and Star Wars Nut, can you do some videos about the ancient Sith and Jedi? Yes, I can. I really want to do some stuff about Malak and Bane and Revan, Nihilus. I love all those guys. Nihilus being my favorite Legend Sith. Captain Fordo, I have to go. All right, good to see you, man. Thank you for joining in. Adam Beast, hi, Mr. Fanatic. Can you do what if Grogu becomes the new Mandalore? I could. I could. I don't know if he will, though. I think it's going to become Boba Fett or Din Djarin, one or the other. But, I mean, Grogu would be I think that would be an interesting choice, for sure. Rob Smiley, I left a Game of Thrones chat. This better be good. Well, I hope I can top a Game of Thrones chat. But if you look at the new Mandalorian stuff and the Boba Fett stuff, there's a lot of Game of Thrones themes put into that. Like the whole reluctant leader, Jon Snow and Din Djarin, and the jerk faces and all that stuff from, like, what was that guy's name? Walder Frey and all that. D.R. Moran. What, he's 60? Yeah, he's about 60 years old. He was probably in his late 30s, early 40s when he did Attack of the Clones. What are my theories of what happened to the Zillo Beast? Okay, if anybody doesn't know, the Zillo Beast was a big beast that was on, it was Malastare, and the Dugs were trying to fight it off with the help of the Republic. But instead of putting it back in hibernation because they had awakened it, I forget exactly the details of it, but they had awakened it, and Palpatine wanted it captured and taken back to Coruscant. Then it became like this Godzilla thing where it came loose and all that. Honestly, I think Palpatine killed it. I think he had it killed. Rob Smiley, I'm gonna highlight this one, pin it to the top because you're onto something here. Rob Smiley says, my brother-in-law said he did not like Luke's deep fake moment. I was like, people cried during that moment. Yeah, people did cry. I don't want to laugh about it. I don't want to name who they are or anything like that, because kudos to these YouTubers who use these emotional moments as ways of getting views and stuff like that. I don't do it, not because I'm against them doing it, but because, I mean, there's some things that are private to me, and my emotions are a little bit private to me. I'm not going to knock that YouTuber or the Lucasfilm employee who knocked them. It's between them. I don't care. But thank you for posting that, Rob. LC and Star Wars Nut. I like Mandalore's throne better than the Game of Thrones throne. Yes, me too. I mean, if the Mandalorian throne were anything like the Game of Thrones throne, I'd be like, what? That's stupid. But, I mean, just seeing Maul, like, relaxed on it with his leg up and everything, it was just like, okay, that's a cool moment. That is so much better than that one kid that sat on the Iron Throne, or the, oh, God, what was his name? The real brat. Anyways. Let's see, Isaac. Didn't he try to make clone armor from the scales of the Zillo Beast to make the clones immune to lightsabers? I think that was the original plan. I'd have to go back and watch that arc again. Ashton L., would you like to see a canon Yuzong Vong war? Or do you think the Yuzong Vong was too unlike Star Wars? The Yuzong Vong, I believe... Oh, I don't want to say this because I know it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. A lot of people like the Yuzong Vong. The biggest thing I liked about the Yuzong Vong was that it brought Boba Fett to the forefront and made him the Mandalore. I think Luke Skywalker was way too OP in it. I think they should have trimmed him down a little bit. And I don't know. That's just my feelings on it. The Yuzong Vong themselves were fine, and I feel like we're getting that type of thing with the High Republic, with the Nile. If any of you have read any of the New Republic stuff, or the High Republic stuff, the Nile are similar to the Yuzong Vong, only they're a mixed race. They're not a mixed race, but different species and interspecies group. I loved watching Luke slice the Dark Troopers too. Yeah, Rob, I liked it too. I liked Luke's appearance and everything. I'm glad it was just a short cameo, though. Had he stayed in a couple episodes or been in a full episode or anything, he would have taken all the attention away from what the Mandalorian had built. And I think Luke deserves his own show. And I hope they use the Winter Soldier actor as Luke. Sebastian Stan, I think his name is. I hope they use him as Luke Skywalker. I've seen mock-ups of him as Luke, and it looks amazing. Yes, DR. Yes, everybody. Go, copy and paste that. Dave Filoni watches Star Wars fanatic videos. I've been putting it on my Instagram posts. I've been putting it on my Twitter posts, and I'm just having fun with it. If nobody sees it, fine, whatever. If it never becomes a thing, fine, whatever. But it's fun to do. JD Glad, you think we'll ever see Kyle Katarn, either as an outlaw or a pseudo Jedi? Maybe. I think that first they're going to focus on possibly bringing Mara Jade in some way, shape, or form. I think they're going to use Mara Jade as a way to show why Luke became this hermit. That they didn't explain it in the sequel trilogy, but losing Mara Jade may have had that effect on Luke, moving in as a hermit and running away because his Jedi Order was destroyed, and maybe she was in the Order and got killed as well. But that's what I'd like to see anyway. It's a theory or whatever, call it fan fiction. I love the High Republic. It's underrated in my opinion. I like it too. I'm not even through the first book yet, and I'm going crazy because I don't have much time to read, but I'm about halfway through, and I'm loving it. I think it's amazing. It's good stuff. They've got some really good writers working on it. Let's see. Hey, thank you, LFC and Star Wars Nut. Hey, you're welcome, DR. You think a Force Ghost Yoda is taking Grogu? That's possible. I mean, who else would be good at talking to Grogu? You think Luke speaks Yoda's language? Maybe. He spent some time with Yoda, but I don't think Grogu actually speaks a language. He just speaks, eh? 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 That's pretty much it. But he understands his name when it's spoken. Grogu. Eh? That part cracked me up. He was a cute little character, but I'm glad they took him away for a little bit. He'll probably come back at some point, but that needs to be farther on down the line where we can really establish a foundation in The Mandalorian. So, my next video, and I don't want to give too much away, but it'll be out tomorrow. It's about why Obi-Wan Kenobi lied to Luke Skywalker. Some of you might have seen it on my community post, but once you watch the video, you'll see. I know when I talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi, it pisses people off to no end because I'm hypercritical of him. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi's character, and that's why I'm hypercritical, because he's a deep character and I can dig deep into him. So don't take offense to what I say about Obi-Wan, because I really like him. I just think this moment for continuity in the story that I'm talking about needed to be highlighted in a little way. And I also did it to draw comparisons from the original trilogy to the sequel trilogy to the prequel trilogy, that during the time of writing these, there's never been a plan for any of the trilogies. There might have been a loose base structure, but there's never been a plan. A New Hope was written as a standalone movie. It was never supposed to have sequels because George Lucas didn't think it was going to do that well. And everybody he talked to said it's going to be stupid. Even Alec Guinness is like, okay, this is going to bomb. I want part of the merchandising rights. So he got 4% of the merchandising rights because he didn't think he was going to make any money off this movie. So they didn't plan for any prequels or anything. And in fact, George Lucas had Splinter of the Mind's Eye written as a sequel to A New Hope because he didn't think he was going to be able to make another movie. Let's see. I'm behind on my comments here, so give me just a moment. Unpopular opinion. I think the cameos in Mando are great. They are weaved into the story. They are. It just started to be getting too many cameos. What they had was enough. If they had had one more pop in, like Mace Windu, then I'd have been like, okay, it's too many. Let's save that guy for another series that he can pop into. And I'm hoping he pops into the Book of Boba Fett. I wrote a fan fiction about it. If y'all haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Let's see. Leia hid her force powers like the Chancellor. Well, Rob, the only problem I have with that is that Leia was never trained in the Force. So if she wasn't trained in how to use the Force, then how would she have been trained in how to hide the Force or hide herself from the Force? I don't know. You could be right. I could be completely wrong with that. Johnny Mills, let's go. Love it. Colt, I didn't like Kenobi till Clone Wars. I didn't like Kenobi in the original trilogy. I thought he was an ass. But I did like him, and starting from the Phantom Menace on, he was one of the best parts of the prequels. JD Glad, you think Obi-Wan was at fault for ignoring Anakin and Padme's secret relationship? Did he have any other choice that wouldn't just push Anakin away from him and closer to the dark side? All right, I'm going to be hypercritical of Obi-Wan for a moment. Thank you, JD Glad. I think Obi-Wan could have stood up for Anakin and Padme. He could have put himself between the council and Anakin and Padme and helped them along with their relationship. Gave them some kind of confidant within the Jedi Order to say, okay, this is going to be all right. We can do this. And then maybe the Jedi Order could change from inside. They let Ki-Adi-Mundi reproduce, but that's because his species was becoming extinct. But still, to block out love and everything, Obi-Wan should have never ignored it because he had the same problem with Satine. So I think Obi-Wan was being really selfish in not acknowledging it and not helping Anakin out because he was leveraging himself to stay in good graces with the Jedi Order rather than leaving it. He was trying to be such a good Jedi and everything, but he forgot his friend. He wasn't good enough with his friend. Anyway, that's my theory on it. YouTube might have shadow banned you. They do that sometimes. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. That's Rob Smiley. Let's see. Isaac. I hope Mace Windu stays dead. His death was crucial to Anakin's downfall. Helping Palps kill Windu was that tipping point. Yeah. I hope he does stay dead for the most part, but I do think Boba Fett has some unresolved issues with him, and that needs to be addressed unless it gets addressed in, say, the Bad Batch or something like that. Or I know the Bad Batch is after Mace Windu was supposed to have died, but maybe he survived and Obi-Wan found him or something like that, and that's going to be the end of it. That would be a good arc. Boba Fett is the New Hope. Yes, he is. Let's see. Bobby, what's up, buddy? Obi-Wan failed Anakin, said it himself. Yes, he did. He failed Anakin. And they even said that before the Clone Wars was written. So, yeah, he knew all about it. It'd be great fun to see young Obi-Wan and Satine meet. Yes, I agree with that. It would be. It would be interesting to see their whole relationship. Yeah, Obi-Wan did treat him like a brother rather than as a father figure. I think had Qui-Gon lived, it would have been more of that father-son relationship. I think Qui-Gon would have been able to teach him how to hold the darkness down and all that stuff. Hey, Gramps, how would you feel about a rated R movie about the Sith? All for it. All for it. As long as it's not like Game of Thrones where it's just porn and cussing that makes it rated R. I'd like it to be brutal Game of Thrones rather than the porn side of Game of Thrones. Bobby, I agree 100%. Rob, all right. I'm just reading through your comments. Sorry, guys. So, Rob, what do you mean by what was your comment up there? YouTube might have shadow banned me. What does that mean? Is there something indicating that happened? Can you imagine a Boba Fett 80s style movie with Predator soundtrack? That would be funny. Oh my god. Predator soundtrack from the original Predator? Yeah, that would be hilarious. I do not like Game of Thrones. LC and Star Wars nut. You know what? It took me a while to get into it. My wife got me into it when we first got together. I had refused to watch it before that because I'd heard about it just being Amelia Clark naked all the time. And I mean, I'm a guy. That stuff's not completely out of the realm of neat, but I don't want to sit and watch a show where somebody's just naked constantly. So she told me, no, it's not all about the naked. It's not all about the naked. So during season 1, the whole time I was complaining, she's naked again. She's naked again. Oh my God, she's naked again. Can she put some clothes on now? But season 2 got better. And they're out. I'm glad I gave it a chance. Alyssa Smith. Shadow banned means they hide your content and make it harder to find, from my understanding. Yeah, I don't think that's the case, because I've done searches for just general Star Wars searches and stuff on YouTube, and my videos usually pop up on the first page, maybe 11th or 12th down, but they pop up. I'm not sure why they would have shadow banned me, but maybe I did something stupid. Who knows? And Colt agrees with LC, doesn't like Game of Thrones. You know you made it if YouTube shadow banned you. I don't think I made it, though. I mean, I've had moderate success with it. It's good. I like what I'm doing, and I like what's coming out of it. Actually, it was easy to find your channel. I watched a lot of old reaction videos about the tragedy, and your channel popped out. Don't worry. All right. Thank you, Papa Mike. I appreciate that. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm actually searching through stuff and finding my own stuff because it's my channel. Maybe I should log out and do that. I don't know. But it is what it is. If they shadow ban me, whatever. I'm still going to make videos. They're going to, until they get sick of seeing my videos pop up, and they're going to have to recommend me. That's a hat this whole time. What? Yeah, somebody at work said that too. They're like, oh my God. They're like, why are you wearing a do-rag? And I turned it, and they're like, oh, it's a hat. That's great. Yeah, I gotta do a wave check. Give me a moment. Okay, that's a good laugh. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that one. Everybody's going crazy about this being a hat. That's amazing. Oh my God, I didn't even think about it. I should have put my sock hat on, but man, it's way too hot for that right now. Oh my God, edits, are you on here? Are you seeing this stuff? Oh my God. Free hat. Wave check. This is good stuff. If everybody didn't know, Edits is my son. He helps me out a lot with this. He sits in another room watching my videos to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid, or if I need help, he's helping me. What, this is more insane than Boba and Mandalorian? It is a hat. Seriously, everybody thought I was wearing a do-rag. Maybe I'll get a do-rag then. I don't know. I mean, I'm not against it. Return to the do-rag. All right. Earlier I said something about not showing emotions on camera and stuff, but laughing is an emotion. Happiness is an emotion. I guess I went against my own creed. All right, let's move on to something else. Yoda wanted to train Leia over Luke. It was Kenobi who got Yoda to train Luke. Yoda feared Luke was too much like Vader. And he was right. Luke was too much like Vader. But they were both just like Anakin, if you look at it. I'm still laughing about the do-rag thing. But Luke was whiny like Anakin. He had the whininess, the doubt, and all that stuff. Where Leia had Anakin's smartass attitude, like smart comments and stuff like that, and then a little more bold and brash when it came to be in that situation. So I think both of them could have potentially turned out in the dark side. I think just Leia just had a better upbringing with Bail Organa. Let's see. Well, I thought you were wearing a winter hat. Luke here. Let's see. Isaac, Luke here. This is your father's do-rag. You guys are killing me with this. He killed foundlings wearing this do-rag. Or younglings. He was sitting back on the lawn killing younglings wearing this do-rag. Oh my god. Alright, I guess I'll have to have a yingling when I leave here. This might be the best stream you had so far. I agree. I'm glad for all the interaction. This is great. I'm enjoying this so much. I can't stop laughing about it. So yeah, I'll go back to Obi-Wan Kenobi for a moment. Obi-Wan Kenobi's kind of an ass. That's why I like him. I'm kind of an ass, so he's great. But I think he did have some missteps with Anakin, with Luke. He was a great Jedi, and he followed the code better than probably anybody on the council. But he just mismanaged some things. 99% of your YouTube will be about your hat. Golden button will arrive. This is a gift from your father. This is Mando hat. Had 10,000 years of laughter. This is the first Mandalore's hat. You wear this hat and you are the Mandalore. And you got to do something stupid to get it. You can't beat somebody up and take it from them. You got to wait till they're asleep and I don't know, fart on their pillow or something to get their hat. They had to explain why Leia could fly, so they added things to the story that were never there. It was retconned. Leia was a little bit force sensitive in Return of the Jedi. She sensed that Luke got off the Death Star, and she told him, and this is gross, she told Luke that she'd always known that they were siblings. And yet you still kissed him. You still put your tongue in his mouth. Open your mouth. I want to see a Jawa and a cowboy hat. That'd be great. You have to have the best waves to be a Mandalore. That was in the sequel trilogy. I don't want to talk too much about the sequel trilogy. A lot of people get upset about it, and I mean, it is what it is. I do think there were some missed opportunities in the sequels, but overall, I enjoy them for what they are. Just like the prequels. There was things I didn't agree with that. There's things I don't agree with in the original trilogy. Papa Mike, I don't want your do-rag. I want my do-rag. He belongs to me. I'm just a simple YouTuber making his way on the internet. Oh my god, this is going crazy. Oh my god, Boba Fett with a Clint Eastwood hat and Star Wars fan hat trick. Hat trick. Woo! I'm not taking off the hat. Sorry guys, I haven't shaved my head in a while and it's kind of embarrassing. My age will show when I take this do-rag hat off. Only Palpatine can be political in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, he was highly political too. We can write it off as magic blood. Anakin was practically Star Wars God. He was still ridiculously powerful as Vader after losing a good chunk of midichlorians. Really highlighted in Jedi Fallen Order. Yes. I love that game too. Thank you, Alyssa. The hat belongs to me. I've seen those waves before. They're a wave I haven't felt since the presence of my old master. The waves are strong with this one. Wave check. All right, so here, look, yeah, there you go. Quick glimpse. Bald head. Stupid. I need to shave my head. Yeah, we got a few more minutes to keep going. If y'all got anything Star Wars you want to talk about, let's go. I seen it a time delay in the chat. Like, Sasuke's Sharingan. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Rob. Yeah, old man checking. Yeah. You took off the do-rag. You're not YouTubers. Give it to me. I'm kind of hesitant on wearing a hat on my channel. I mean, everybody else does it. I think Star Wars Theory does it. Geeks and Gamers does it. But I'm a little different than them. My channel does a little bit different stuff than those guys. I try to set myself apart. I'm not supposed to wear a hat indoors, you know. Yes, my Navy training did teach me that. Yes, I was in the Navy for a little while. So I do know I'm not supposed to wear a hat indoors. But I'm no longer in the Navy. And I am in the sanctuary of my man cave. So I can wear whatever I want. Bubba Ray Dudley without a hat. Who's Bubba Ray Dudley? Now I'm confused. I sound like Bob Ross and I look like Bubba Ray Dudley. Hatanic. Hat antic. It belongs to me. It was with my father for generations. Now it's mine. I always say, what do we have here when I enter a chat? Or this is the way. Nice. Oh, a wrestler. Okay. All right. At least he's somebody beefy. That's interesting. I'm anything but beefy. But cool. I don't mind. I actually know a professional wrestler. If you guys have heard of the Highlanders, I know Rory Murray. He's a good friend of mine. He works with me. I hope we get a Vader series set right after Order 66. More villain-based shows like Boba Fett would be cool. Yeah, the comic books are covering that. I had hoped to see a series on it instead of comics, but the comics are really good, and they're doing pretty good. I don't know if it takes place right after Order 66, though. I can't remember. I think one series does. What? Really? Yes, Alyssa. There's a guy at work named Rory Murray who works out on the ramp. He was one of the Highlanders. He still wrestles, though. We good? I got one comment pinned. Yeah, Rory's a pretty good guy. He's a really good guy, actually. He's like the coolest guy I'd ever met that can beat me up within 5 seconds flat. I love your videos. Thanks for making them. Hey, no problem. I like your name. That's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I like making the videos, so it's good to be appreciated. After the Vader surgery, I mean, when he's already Vader. Oh, okay. So you mean like right after he gets off the table and he's in the black suit. I think one of the comic book series does cover that. Let me... I can't get to my comics right now. They're buried. Someone buy him a do-rag. Yeah, I need a do-rag. I also need to shave my head, so... hee. Boba Fett needs to have some kids before it's too late. Yeah, definitely. He needs to have a daughter. Let's go with that Legends material. Get Boba Fett in there with a daughter. Get her to be Mandalore eventually. I think a Boba Fett game similar to Star Wars Bounty Hunter would be cool. Yes, it would. And I think that's what the Star Wars 1313 was supposed to be about before it got canceled. It was supposed to be about the underworld and Boba Fett growing up in it and then becoming the Boba Fett we know. I wish they would have stuck with making that game. I mean, EA has had so many missed opportunities in Star Wars games. They haven't really gave us much. They've gave us 2 Battlefront games, a Jedi Fallen Order, and a Squadrons game. They're all great games, but the replayability on them, I mean, the only real one you'd want to replay is Battlefront. Either of the two. Let's see. I think it's kind of a waste. all those Vader comics would make for a cool Vader TV series. I'm just not into comics personally. No, I get that, Isaac. I wasn't into comics that much either. I mean, I read the Boba Fett comics way back when, the Twin Engines of Destruction, the Jango Fett stuff for, oh god, now I can't even think of the name of it. But I wish I could find those things that are under $1,000. But yeah, I figured I'd buy the new Vader comics, and that's all I was going to get was the new Vader comics. And then now there's 3 series of Vader comics, and I'm like, I guess I got to keep going. Then I started in on the Bounty Hunter series and started reading those. Then I started reading in on other ones, and now I'm getting sucked into this loop where I'm buying all these comic series, and it's actually pretty fun. They're quick reads. They give you pretty much story, and the art in these new comics is amazing. Rob Smiley, my Jedi mind trick stopped fans from debating with me. That's funny. Let's see, Papa Mike, would you like to see a Star Wars Revenge of the Sith game? Is that what you mean, Revenge of the Sith? Game like CNC, Imperial and Rebel, MCV, and others. I just want a Star Wars open world game. I don't care what it is. They can make it like all of them be Rhodians or something. I don't care, as long as they make me an open world Star Wars game. Preferably, I'd like it to be along the lines of like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. Or go back to the old KOTOR stuff. Make it not exactly that storyline, but along that lines of I mean, you could replay those games forever and have something different each time. Or even if you go with the Skyrim way, you know, make Star Wars into like a Skyrim style where you got to go through and just, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I mean, I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to say it. I just want an open world Star Wars game. That's all. Real-time strategy, building base, factories, power plants, units, like infantry tanks, speeders. Oh, they did have a game like that originally on PC way back when. I forget what it was called. Star Wars Battlegrounds, maybe? I can't remember. But it was like the old Warcraft 2. And it was really cool. I liked it a lot. I can't remember what the name of it was, though. Not for the life of me. Galactic. Really wish they made a Mandalorian game. Yeah, I mean, if I had my preference on this open world game, it's going to be Mandalorian based. Sure, you can have a Jedi or a Sith or something like that, but mostly about Mandalorians, bounty hunting, and stuff like that. Battlegrounds, that may have been Battlegrounds. I can't remember, Papa Mike, but I think Battlegrounds might have been an RPG. There was one that was an RPG and one that was a real-time strategy. Just wanted to say that you are my new favorite Star Wars YouTuber. Thank you, LFC and Star Wars Nut. I appreciate that. There are so many great Star Wars YouTubers out there, too. And I watch a lot of them. I try to stick with the smaller channels to support them because I'm a smaller channel and I want to support the smaller channels as well. I do watch the bigger guys once in a while, not to take ideas from them or anything, but just see what they're up to and what I'm up against when I eventually topple them from their number one ranks. Galactic Battlegrounds. That could have been it. Yes, that could have been it. Hey, Luke Allen. Nice to see you. Well, then you are in luck. Ubisoft is making an open world Star Wars game. Don't expect it before 2023 since EA exclusively is active until then. Are they exclusively active until then, though? I think didn't they modify the contract? I can't remember. I do know Ubisoft's making the game, and I'm excited for that. I mean, it's supposed to be the same ones that make the Assassin's Creed, or the same studio that makes the Assassin's Creed games, and I'm excited for that because I love Assassin's Creed. Can you give me a shout out? Luke Allen, yes. Hey, everybody, look. Everybody say hi to Luke Allen. Like a Boba Fett game with Boba Adventures with Cad Bane, and you'll get the second set of armor. DR, what have I told you? I'm just teasing you, bud. I'm just teasing you, DR. I know you wanted to hear about that second set of armor, but I found nothing on it, honestly. You're welcome, Luke. No problem at all. I enjoy interacting with my viewers. I really do. I like being here for you guys. I like just talking to you all. I go to other YouTubers and I comment on their videos and stuff, and valid comments that I think I would comment back on, and I get nothing. I get no chirps, no. I don't even hear crickets. It's like dead silence. You ever been in a room where you just stand there and you're like, this is the most quiet place I've ever been in my life? It's what it's like coming out of these YouTubers. I mean, and they're not even big YouTubers. The bigger ones, they just ignore everybody. They might answer one or two questions. That's about it. And I can understand that because they've got millions of followers. But if this ever becomes my job is going to be equally as important to answer you guys, talk to you guys, shout out to you guys, give to you guys, because you guys are what's putting me here. It's not me. All I do is make videos that I enjoy, that I put out there for other people to see what they think. I get criticized for some, and that's okay. And I get praised for some, and that's great. But you guys are the reason I'm here. It's not for me. DR, I like replying to yours. Luke Allen, you're awesome, Star Wars fanatic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm getting a sub just cuz. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Papa Mike, I had just one chance to make a good comment. I called the Gina's case a Carano effect, and my comment likes goes crazy, but most of the time 0. Yeah. I mean, I try not to get into the drama behind Disney and Lucasfilm and all that stuff, but it was unfortunate what happened to Gina. And I mean, even if somebody comments about Gina on my videos, I'm going to comment back. I mean, it may not be the comment anybody wants to hear, but I'm going to comment back and acknowledge it. If you see me give you guys a heart or something like that, that means I read it. And I will probably come back later to comment on it because I may be at work or something like that, and I just want to give it a quick heart so you guys acknowledge or see that I acknowledge you. Because you guys are why I'm here. It's simple as that. And all the other YouTubers need to see it that way as well. They need to see that because of their viewers, and I'm a viewer in that circumstance, that they need to acknowledge people. Maybe I shouldn't be telling them what to do with their channels because they're way more successful than I am, and maybe I'm doing something wrong and should probably ignore everybody. But I'm not going to do that. I'll stay small if that's what it takes. I won't stop calling him Baby Yoda. Me neither. I mean, in my videos, I refer to him as the child Grogu. But Baby Yoda it is. Luke Allen says, I checked out your channel and it's so cool. I love Battlefront 2, even though I don't have it. I love Battlefront 2 as well. That's probably my favorite Star Wars game right now. I mean, set aside the other stuff like KOTOR, the Old Republic, the Bounty Hunter game. Those were all great too. Sorry I wasn't here. I was in the shower. Shame on you, Edits. You're supposed to be here backing me up. Everybody, Edits is my son. He's my 14-year-old. He's just in another room, and he's supposed to be backing me up with all this. Let's see. That's what separates your channel, the way you interact with all of us. Thank you, Bobby. I really appreciate that. And Bobby, Mariani, everybody, has done an amazing job with my logo, my banner, and stuff like that. He's great. If you guys have any design needs at all, get with him because he's just awesome. And I mean, he was so patient with everything that I kept coming up with, and I kept revising things, and probably a little more than I should have. I shouldn't have been nitpicking, but I appreciate everything you've done, Bobby. Thank you so much. Star Wars Racer was your favorite. I have that on my PS4. It just, for some reason, those games don't save on my PS4 like they used to in the old games. Also, Fanatic, if you want, check out my new vid. It's Moff versus Mando, but with Duel of the Fates music. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, I'm all about it. I like your videos, DR. I don't get a chance to watch them all the time, but I do try to swing over once in a while and give one a peek. I do it incognito, just so you don't know I'm doing it. Because I'm kind of a jerk like that. But what I was saying about the other YouTubers, I don't care if they don't comment to me. It doesn't bother me. But I read through the other comments, and I see they don't comment to anybody. And a lot of people just want to be heard and acknowledged, and they're not being heard and acknowledged. So, tell all these people, come on over to my channel, and I will hear them, and I will acknowledge them. The exclusivity deal is active until 2023. The new Lego Star Wars game subverts it because Lego themselves owns Star Wars in Lego form. Oh, I get it. I get it. So, with that, wouldn't it subvert the contract as well, since Lucasfilm made the Lucasfilm game division? I'm just curious how that would put a loophole in the contract if Lucasfilm themselves own the game division and just subcontract it out to everybody else. Yeah, DR. Luke Allen's asking you for a link to the video. Go ahead and get it out there. I don't mind. I don't mind. You guys want to promote your channel on my channel? I don't care. Doesn't bother me. The more Star Wars out there, the better off we are. I'm glad. One of my favorite Star Wars YouTubers, he almost at 100,000. He always hearts and reply back to comments, and we have long conversations, LOL. Who is that? I'd like to check them out. I mean, it sounds like that might be Star Wars Coffee or something. Rob Smiley. After how they did Luke's character in the movie, I loved the deepfake moment. Yeah, I did too. I want to see more in depth of why Luke became a hermit, and I think a great way to do that is Mara Jade. Mirror Luke Skywalker with Anakin Skywalker, where Mara dies and it sets Luke into a depression, where Padme died and it set Anakin into a depression. Thanks again for helping me mourn my 88-year-old grandmother's death. Hey, LFC and Star Wars Nut, it's no problem, man. I lost my grandmother last September. She was 89. She died 6 days before her birthday. She was my last grandparent, and it was really sad because she was the grandparent I was closest with most. Maybe not as much toward the end of her life because life just got in the way and I got busy, and I really always meant to go around her more, but I never got the chance. I did spend a lot of time with her in her last few weeks, as well as Mike Hepker, who's on here. He's my uncle. He was around her a lot too. We were all there when she passed away, and it was a heartbreaking moment. So I really know what you're going through, and I'm glad I could be there for you. More Star Killer. He's one of my favorites. I like Star Killer. There were rumors that there was going to be a Force Unleashed 3, but I didn't see that. Do I think there's an afterlife? I really don't want to get into that kind of deep philosophical discussion. My beliefs on that are my beliefs. My wife is a yoga instructor and a kind of a guru when it comes to spirituality and stuff like that, so we kind of try to keep things tight between us. I have my beliefs. Everybody can have their own beliefs, and that's fine. I don't criticize anybody for that. A Game of Fantasy. He's a really good vids, and we kind of do the same type of funny vids like Mandalorian, but with... Oh, okay. I'll have to go check him out. Thank you. When will Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga come out? No idea. I mean, they've only had how many trailers for it and said coming soon, and it hasn't came soon yet. But to them, soon, just whenever. Wait a minute, did I miss something? Bobby, I have to go. May the Force be with you. Oh, this is the way. Hey, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. And may the Force be with you, and this is the way, the only way. Natalie Portman's still your crush. Let's see. Alyssa. Levi Star Wars was definitely one of my favorite games. Growing up. Probably in June. Yeah, I'd say around June. I don't think it's going to come out in May anytime, because the Bad Batch series starts May 4th. So they're not going to do anything that's going to take away from their own product. They're not going to have somebody wanting to play a video game the entire time the Bad Batch is on, or forget about the Bad Batch because they're playing a video game. Yeah, this stream's lasting a little longer. I'm not in any hurry to get off here. I do have to go do some things out in the yard. I go trim back a fence line and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's just been a relaxing day. I do have to take my daughter to work as well. Yeah, Rob Smiley, definitely. One episode was enough for Luke. I love Luke. Don't get me wrong. He's not one of my favorite Jedi or anything really, but I do like Luke. I'm glad he didn't steal the light away from everybody. Sorry, I'm just reading here, guys. Alrighty, I did just get a text from my wife that she's getting ready to leave, so I think I will go ahead and call it a day. I do have a lot of stuff I have to do today. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. All of you. It really, really means a lot to me. This goes way better than I had ever anticipated when I started doing the live streams. And remember, I'm doing them every Saturday at 11 o'clock. But I figured I'd have one or two people in here watching. Maybe. I do need to get another member live stream going. Don't forget, guys, memberships are available. If you want to join it, go ahead and click the link in the description of this video or any other video. If you don't, that's fine too. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button when you leave, and give the video a like. And any proceeds I make off these videos go right back into my channel to try to make it bigger and better. Like I was discussing, wanting to get a dual monitor or triple monitor set up so I could be a little bit more efficient with this stuff. Hey, may the hat be with you as well, Papa Mike. Guys, thank you so much. The do-rag stuff was killing me. I was laughing so hard. I know everybody in the house could hear me, even though I've got soundproofing in here. It was great. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys. Please, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and enjoy your day. Enjoy your Saturday. And remember, this is the way.